Hey there, good looking. Welcome to this leg workout. Listen, in this workout, we're going to train the fast twitch muscle fibers of your legs with some power moves, and then also the fast twitch muscle fibers of your legs with some strength moves. So this is perfect for any level of fitness and osteoporosis friendly. I'll show high impact as well as low impact versions. Now, if you're doing this in real time, this is also day 3 of the Limitless challenge. Now, for equipment, I recommend a couple of different pairs of dumbbells, moderate and heavy. For reference, I would be grabbing 12s, 15s, and 20s, just so I have a variety. And then you'll want to stick around to the very end as well. I have a really cool ab finisher for us. And then guess what? We also have a special guest in today's workout. Cassidy's back! My favorite niece. Well, we shouldn't say that on camera. Now the other, one of my favorite humans. All right, you guys, gather your gear and let's go get started. All right, everybody, before we get started, if you have a fitness watch and you'd like to track your exercise, I recommend you push start. For reference, I have an iWatch and I'm using the HIIT setting. All right, we're gonna start by warming up the spine in a cat-cow position. So let's get down on all fours, wrists under shoulders, knees apart underneath the hips. Inhale, let the low back sag, head looks up. Exhale, push the ground away, tuck the tailbone under, and repeat. For my osteoporosis peeps, you just won't take that rounding of the spine as great as Cassidy and I are. Now you'll notice that Cassidy's wearing no shoes, I'm wearing shoes, so it's completely up to how you feel when you work out. Last 2. I do recommend trying barefoot training every so often though, if you normally don't. And 1, because it's great to strengthen the fascia of your feet. Now let's get into 90-90. Shin is going to line up at the front of your mat, back on the side of your mat. Ankles lined up with knees. Hands can go behind to modify. Otherwise, windshield wiper the knees over. Good crack, Cassidy. This kid cracks like a snap, crackle, pop. Rice Krispies, do you remember that? Yeah. Here we go. So we're getting deep in the hip joint with this one. This is also a great move, believe it or not, if you're plagued with low back pain. This is one of the moves that helped me with my low back pain. Let's do 1 more each side, please. Last one on this side, and come to stand. Let's get the ankle, knees, side body warmed up, feet shoulder width apart. Let's do a squat and then come up and reach up and over. Squat, up and over. Perfect. So heels are going to stay planted on the floor. Let's also root the big toe mound on the floor. So you don't have all of your body weight into your heels. You also have it in that toe mound. Perfect. So here's how today's workout is going to work. We have 2 exercises per grouping, 1 weighted and then 1 power move. I'll be doing the low impact version of the power move. Cassidy will do the high impact. 2 more. Last one. Excellent. Find yourself in a standing position. Mirror Cassidy and I. Bend your leg, abduct away. Fire hydrants, warming up into that outer hip muscle to help us stabilize the hips and the knees for our squat and lunge patterns. Find something stationary to stare at for your balance. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side. Here we go. Bend that knee. Lean forward slightly. Let's go. Let's do 4 more here. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Let's take it up into a high impact jumping jack or low impact. Go. So this is just getting the blood flowing. This is how a warm up should be presented to you. Kind of starting off slow and then working the intensity as we get closer to the workout. If you're doing the high impact, like my buddy Cassidy here, I want you to land soft. She's kind of, yeah, you are. Oh, for those of you that don't know who the heck Cassidy is, oh shoot, sorry. This is my niece. I said that, didn't I, at the beginning? My favorite one. Here we go. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's kick it out. This leg, now the other leg. So you're gonna give me a little bit of shuffle. Woo, getting those hammies. reach it. Last 2 and 1. All right, grab a quick sip of water. Now's a good chance if you need one. I know I do. I want you to grab the heavy dumbbells that you have. We're going in 10 seconds. Mirroring Cassidy and I, one hand's gonna rest on the shoulder, other hand's gonna stay down. This is what we call an offset squat. Feet shoulder width apart or wider, squat down, chest proud, drive up. Toe mound rooted into the ground as well as the heels. Hinging through the hips, gazes up. We have 40 seconds of this. Then we're gonna go into some jump squats and then do another round of each. So I want you to remember where you have the dumbbell resting on the shoulder, outside shoulder, because the next set will rest on the other shoulder. You go down as comfortable if it feels good for your knee joint. So it might be a micro bend or it might be deep. My advanced people, deep please. You have no choice. One more. All right, place your dumbbells to the side so you don't trip on them. You have 2 options. Jump squat with Cassidy, jump heel or squat heel lift with me. All right, feet wide, chest proud, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Up, up, look at that, we went before the timer, Cassidy. Now, if you're doing those jumps, you are landing soft, just like I said in warm up with those jumping jacks. You can also do 1 squat and then the second one a jump. If you're finding those quads are just starting to give out on you. You can also say, screw it, PJ, and just march on the spot. You have many options at home, but the one option you don't have is pushing stop, all right? You've committed, we're here, let's do it. Couple more seconds, and we got offset squat from the top in 3, 2, 1, march it. Whew. Good job, buddy. All right, so now we're gonna have the dumbbell resting on this shoulder. Arm up. Now we really want that chest proud, so I don't want you collapsing forward. Abs engaged. Take it down in 3, 2, 1. Let's go down. Good. Drive up. It all of a sudden got really warm in here, didn't it, Cass? So 2 sets of everything, crew, and then we move on to our next grouping. So lots of variety in this workout. Woo! And we are really hitting those thighs, hips, hamstrings, glutes today. Breathe, 10 more seconds. One more. I snuck in one more, haha. All right, this time we won't go early on the squat jumps. Cassidy might strangle me in the middle of the night. So you can choose squat heel lift with me or add some impact with Cass. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Down, down. Or you can do 1 with me and then 1 with Cass. The second rep is with Cass. That's where I recommend my intermediate people to be at. We're going to take the pressure off of the knees in our next grouping. We'll hit the mats for some weighted bridges. We'll need both dumbbells when we hit the mat. How you doing, kid? Really happy you came to visit Auntie PJ? 3, 2, 1, march it. Woo! All right, good job, you. Here we go, let's take it down, you guys. Like I said, I want the dumbbells with you. They're gonna rest on the hip bones, heels are close to the bum and hip width apart, and then just let the weights rest on the legs. From there, drive the hips up, squeeze that booty, lower down. Let's go, everybody. Back of the neck is long. Dumbbells are resting more in the hips so that it's the glutes that are taking the weight. When our hips lower, we're just gonna kiss the mat. We're not gonna hang out there. We're pushing through the heels, feeling those hamstrings and glutes. If you only feel hamstrings, could you do me a favor at home and walk your feet towards your hips a bit more? They might be too far away and those hammies are trying to take over. I want you to feel those glutes. Now we're going to stand when the timer goes with no dumbbells for our power move. Lucky me, Cassidy's going to do the high impact. Time. All right, so we're going to start with feet hip width. Step back into reverse lunge. Blast off. Other side, step back. Blast off. Or just hold it with me. I'm going to do a little pulse. So let's start with feet hip width apart, everybody, and we're going to step back hip width as well. Hands can be on hips. Step back, blast off, or pop. Good. Step back. Perfect. So you are either blasting off Cassidy style or blasting off anti-PJ style. How far you go down with that lunge pattern? Oh my goodness, it's totally up to you. It might be here, and you're just going to bend that front knee and pulse it a little bit. All right, you do you at home. Just keep moving. We have 10 more seconds and we go back to those weighted bridges. Let's do one more, crew. Woo. All right, head back down. Where do we want those feet? Hip width. How close to the bum? Pretty close. Dumbbells resting on the hips. Back of the neck is long. Now, I want you to squeeze that booty and let's drive those hips up. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Lower down, kiss the mat. Boom, back up again. Good. Now breathe, everybody. So why is it so important to add these power moves as we age? Unfortunately, we lose power quicker than we even lose strength. So power is the ability for our muscles to contract rapidly and move rapidly. So this can have dire consequences if, for instance, you're stepping off a curb and all of a sudden you have to right yourself because you misjudged the depth of the curb. All right, we need to keep those fast twitch muscles fibers happy and strong. And we do that through our strength training workouts and then these special power moves. Now, of course, time, come on up. They might not be for everyone, which is why we always offer the low impact, but every so often I want you to see if you can do the higher impact. Just try it, especially those of you with osteoporosis. It's a great way to build the bone. All right, feet hip width. We're gonna step back with this leg. Join Cassidy or pulse with me. Ready? Down. And other leg, down. How far you go down, totally up to you, right? Yeah, that's right, it's your workout. Cassidy and I are here as just as your tour guides. You are the main attraction, my friend. How you doing, kid? Good. Cassidy was in our Unstoppable challenge. Everybody loved her, so I had to bring her back. She's got quite a fan base now, actually. Last one. Whew, time. All right, we need our dumbbells. We're moving on into a side lunge pattern, which I love because it gets our hips out of this linear pathway and apart and moving in the different directions it goes. So let's go wide with the stance, crew, and then toes are going to turn out. Now from this position, we're going to come down, frame the foot with the dumbbell, drive up. Now, what do we want to do with the hips? We want to push them so that we are hinging rearward. Now this knee that bends, it's going to track with the second toe. So if you're like Cass with bare feet, you can really get an understanding of where that knee joint is tracking. Now if you find that knee joint is pushing past that toe, you might not be wide enough with your stance. Now please don't collapse in the upper back as well. We've got some mid-back muscles fired up too to hold this posture. Last one. Excellent. Dumbbells off to the side. Pop squat. Follow Cash. She's going to come down. One hand driving to the ground or maybe halfway, wherever you're at. Or I'm going to go low impact. All right. Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Down. Good. Now, what do we want to do with the chest? It's proud. If you have a logo on the chest, I want to be able to read that logo. So that means the head stays up. Yes? Perfect. My toes are going to turn out a bit, and then my knees are going to track with those toes, and I'm going to sink down by using those legs, not using my back. 10 seconds. One more. Woo! All right. Back to the top with that side lunge. Now at any time too, my beginners, or maybe you're just not feeling the workout love today, get rid of the dumbbells. Okay, so if you're just not feeling it, get rid of them. Just hang with me. Finish it with Cassidy and I. All right, we're taking it. 3, 2, 1, side lunge. Let's go. So really push those hips rear, hinge through the hip, and see if you can get a little lower on this second set, and then drive to stand a little slower. Find that breath. Heart rate's probably up there. Hang in there. Let's get in one more each side. Last side. All right, pop squat last time. So remember, you can do the impact or you can do the low. All right? Alternate which hand's coming down. Our aim is to get the fingertips to the ground by bending the knees and hinging through the hips. Let's go. Down. Head up, please. Perfect. How old are you again, Cass? Cassidy is 35. So the last time she came on set, somebody said that there was rules against child labor. She looks very young. She's 35. Oh, here comes trouble. Nope, George, out, out. That's George, everybody. Whole family's here today. And there goes my nice clean mat. Look at that. Damn dog. We're moving into our last grouping in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Woo! All right, let's get those dumbbells again. We want to rack them. That means that they're resting here. They're not resting on the shoulders. You're using your shoulders and your arms. Now let's get the feet shoulder width or maybe a bit wider. That feels better for you. From here, everybody at the same time, let's sink down to a deep squat and hold it. Deep squat. Now just drive up halfway, go back to deep, and drive all the way up. Cassidy says, oh, that's cruel. So it's a 1.5 squat. Down, half, down, drive up. Hip hinge, chest lifted. Please don't lose your form. I know we're getting tired, but this is our last grouping. We're going to grab water after this grouping, so come on. Finish strong. 1/2 down, last time. 1/2 down, up. Awesome. All right, dumbbells down. Now this one, there is no low impact version. All of you are doing the high impact. But for my beginners, what you could choose to do is do less of them. We have what's called a Pogo hop. Really cool if you are in bare feet and you have osteoporosis. You're gonna get that impact, that bone building right away. Soften the knees, drive up, stop. So it's not really a squat. I want you to see if you can propel yourself away from the ground with your ankles and then your feet. So not much happening in the knees. They are soft. They're kind of acting like springs, right? All of the energy is happening in the ankle and foot. TF, our instructor at Over 50 Fitness, taught me this move. I just think it's brilliant. She does it in some of her workouts, again, to help build the bone and work the power of your legs. Time. Woo! All right, we got one more of each, and then we'll grab some water, all right? So we want to rack the dumbbells. Feet shoulder width or wider if that's your preferred stance for a squat. We take it down. It's a 1.5 squat. Chest up. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Down, half, down, drive. Woo! Well, your knees stopped cracking, Cass. Her knees were snap, crackle, pop at the beginning. They're finally lubricated. It's taken 30 minutes of squatting to do it. Last 10 seconds. Come on, let's take it deep. Can we get the elbows to touch the top of our thighs when we get down to the bottom? Come on, last time. Hup. Time. Woo. All right. Pogo hop. Then we'll do it. Okay, so again, we're using our ankle and foot to propel ourselves up. We just have some softness in the knees to protect into the joint. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Hup, 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 hup. Good. Again, favorite this workout. When you do it again, if you're not in bare feet, do it in bare feet. Such a different sensation and a different training effect for you, especially for this move here. Woo! It's gotten really muggy in this room. 10 seconds. How you doing there, girl? We're also testing our sports bras, aren't we? One more. Woo! High five. All right, you at home, grab a sip of water, keep marching. We're gonna move down to the mats for that core series. All right, we have about 30 seconds here. So if you find your heart rate still going like a hummingbird, I want you to push pause and just march it out and allow that heart rate to come down. From here, let's get down into a dead bug position. So that means ankles lined up with knees, knees over hips, arms extended lined up with shoulders, thumbs pointed to the wall behind us. Back of the neck is long. Draw the belly button in and anchor the spine. Lower your right arm and opposite leg, heel to ground, thumb to ground, back up, other side. So the whole idea here, crew, is to try to lower the heel to hit the ground, thumb to hit the mat, while maintaining that neutral spine. So we're not allowing the low back to lift. We're also not mushing that low back, if that's an actual word. Is mushing a word, Cass? Totally a word. Perfect. We're not mushing the low back into the mat. We're keeping that neutral curve. Really great move here to hit the deep core muscles, and you're also going to feel your quads. We have 40 seconds of work, 20-second recovery, and then we move into a new move. It's all dead bugs today too, by the way. All right, let the thighs rest a bit. We're moving into a crunch dead bug. So for those of you that have osteoporosis, I want you to keep the head and shoulders on the ground. Cassidy and I are going to lift up, so everybody lift up. Arms extend. Now bring your right knee in and the right elbow in and hold. And now it's just your left side down. So if you have osteo, you're not going to do the crunch and hold like Cass and I are. Nice and slow and controlled. Woo! It's getting a little spicier, isn't it? Heel to ground, thumb to ground. Breathe. Pressing the right knee into the elbow. 10 seconds. You can also hold on to your head if you're like me with a huge brain and it's starting to hurt your neck. And time. Keep the legs up for me, please. Take that left hand and press it into the right thigh. Extend the other arm straight up. Now, I want you to drive this right knee into your body while you're resisting with that opposite hand. And now let's do a single side dead bug here. 3, 2, 1. Heel to ground, thumb to ground. Trying to, as I said, drive that right knee now into the hand while the right arm lowers. And yes, you will feel your thigh muscles. Good news is just one set of everything, crew. So it's a 5-minute ab blast and then we're done. So we're almost there. Are you breathing at home? Time. All right, lower the legs, give those thighs a bit of a break. We're going back to that crunched pattern. Unless you're osteoporosis or have osteopenia, you'll keep the head and shoulders on the ground. Those of you that are crunching, it's the left elbow to the left thigh. So let's get set up. Left in, right leg and arm, and go. Again, you can hold on to that head I don't want you stressing out your neck to try to hit your abs. Extending that leg away, extending that arm behind you. Breathe. As you lower, exhale. All right, now take that right hand and place it onto the left opposite thigh here. Now we've got that resistance. We're trying to drive that left knee into the hand. Left arm, opposite leg lowers. We keep that neutral spine, back of the neck long. Last move. Here we go. Let's do it. Oh yeah. Starting to feel those abs now. This is it, everybody. Come on. Finish strong. Here we go. Exhale as we lower the limbs. Back of the neck is long. The neck gets a break with this one. Time. Woo! All right, let's roll onto our stomachs. Give the abs a bit of a stretch with a Sphinx pose. Elbows under shoulders. Wrists line up with the elbows. Let the belly drop, the chest lift, and then push yourself away from your ears. Nice. And maybe even look up slightly if that feels okay for you. Good job, crew. Good job, Cassidy. Now let's lower down. Left fist under the forehead, right heel to bum. Grab onto that foot. Oh gosh, that feels good, doesn't it? So hitting the quadricep. If grabbing the foot isn't available to you, grab onto your shoe, your sock, your legging. Try to keep the knees close together on this, and then as mentioned, just let your forehead rest on that fist you formed with the left hand. 2 more breaths. And switch sides, other fist, left heel to bum. Ideally, we like to see a knee bend where you can actually have your heel hit your glute. So that's the ideal flexion that we like to see with a knee joint. So if you're not there, then you know it's something to work towards, unless, of course, you've had surgery to the knee or previous ACL injury, then unfortunately we won't get the full range, but we'll work towards what we can. Couple more breaths. And come on up. Let's just come on the knees. Cass and I will go on a bit of an angle, and Cass, use the mat so your knees aren't killing you. Right leg in front, lunge into it a little bit, and you're going to feel a nice stretch in the hip flexor. Now here's your cue if you're new to me. Best way to get the hip flexor stretch. Lean back slightly, so we're what we call spinal extension. Now tighten your left glute. That's going to help you release the opposing muscle group, so in this case would be your hip flexor. Inhale, left arm straight up. Exhale, lean away. So we get side body too. Release, other side. So we start with that slight lunge forward, and then we extend the spine, tighten the right glute, inhale the right arm up, exhale, lean away. And just have a seat. Cass and I will go on an angle again. Back of the knees pressing into the ground, hands behind you. Feet are not dropping out to your side. You have some activity in the feet. Feet are active. Press yourself forward and just feel that stretch into the hamstrings. So thank you so much for joining Cassidy and I. If you are part of the challenge, make sure you drop a comment down below. If you're not a part of the challenge, still drop a comment down below. All right, gang. Thank you so much for joining us. We look forward to seeing you in the next workout together. Bye.